Hey, everybody. Hope you are doing well. For this hit of Chicago greatness, we are going to travel to Chicago's seventh album, Chicago 7. And we're going to do the song, it's called Song of the Evergreens. Now, Chicago 7, from what I am seeing from many of my commenters and viewers, many people out there consider Chicago 7 to be the pinnacle of Chicago's creativity and their recording career. Um, I I don't know if I can fully agree with that simply because there were so many great songs that came before Chicago 7. There are great songs on all of the Chicago albums, but my personal favorite and the album that I think stands alone in the Chicago catalog is the first album, Chicago Transit Authority. It's not saying that there aren't great songs on other albums, and it's not even saying that other albums aren't better produced and better sounding. I just, genuinely I love every song on the first Chicago album, every single one. And there's nothing on there with the possible exception of freeform guitar, which I totally get. There are times when I don't want to hear the guitar noise. And again, it's probably a lot to do with the fact that I work in an environment that is noisy. And so I just don't necessarily need to voluntarily hear it sometimes. With that said, again, there are great songs on all the first, 8 or 10 Chicago albums. I can't really pick a complete favorite. So again, that's just my personal opinion. With that said, let's check out Song for the Evergreens.
Listen to the briskly whistling winter evergreen, whispering through the frozen morning light, and tell me what's to come. Say my time is near. Never fear. I'll close each year. I'm winter, reminding
So as you listen to that song, there are little nuggets to be picked out all over the place. It just really is. First things first, the obvious one, the tempo change, the double time that kicks in about halfway through the song. Just so flawlessly and seamlessly done. Just fantastic. Terry's guitar playing, obviously. Um, there's a couple of different Terry Kath tracks on there, so it's you gotta pay attention to the left side and the right side to hear the mixture of his variety of rhythm guitar to his lead fills. Wonderful at the very end, wonderful wah wah solo right there at the very end, but about 2/3 of the way through the song, his rhythm guitar really starts to kick in, and again, just flawlessly played. Um, way, way, way over here in the right hand speaker, you hear these little acoustic piano parts that are just so elegantly done. And I think one of the things that we probably we subconsciously recognize but don't necessarily automatically think of it because it's a great song. But when we think of Chicago, it's Chicago's known as the rock band with horns, and not every song has horns, and so there really isn't any horns in this. And when you listen to it, it's like, okay, the horns are being filled in by background harmony vocals as the tempo picks up. And it's almost like they said, hey, let's do harmonies in vocals instead of horn stabs like we always do. And I think it was just a wonderful decision in the composition of the song to leave horns out of it. Because I think if you put the horns in there, it might get a little too muddled, or they'd be underpowered because you will not want them to be dominant in the overall context of the song. So to choose to have the harmony vocals in place of them, which are a bit more controllable in some ways, I think it was a brilliant choice. I really do. Again, hey, with that said, that is the song for the Evergreens off of Chicago 7. And again, I know a lot of people out there think that Chicago 7 is the greatest, or not the greatest, but the peak of Chicago. And again, I'm not disagreeing with people on that one. I'm just saying that I don't know if I can fully, back that commentary, simply because it's my favorite album is the first one. And I'm not saying they went downhill from there. I'm saying they continuously put out excellent material. And so it's really hard when their level of quality and creativity remained so consistent. It's little subtleties for individuals that will be pulled out as the reason why that particular album is their favorite, and or what they think is the peak. My theory is that the peak was so long standing for the band, that it's more of a plateau, and they dipped from that after Terry passed away, and of course Foster came in and kind of popped up the band, if you will. At least that's my theory. That's what I think. Agree with me, disagree with me, that's fine. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. We can talk about it further, I'm sure. Just know that I appreciate y'all. I wish you all well. Thanks for watching. Take care.